Welcome back, everybody. Florida Hippie Dude again. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know eventually I'm kind of showing people a little bit of this is a little bit of that. Trying to teach and educate while I go. I've been putting off doing any kind of repotting videos for a while. It was kind of suggested maybe I go ahead and do it. So my most recent video was me just doing a plain repot. This time, we're actually going to split this one and make more than one plant out of it. Same basic process. All you do is look and see what you have to work with, and you figure it out as you go. Now, the first thing I want to mention is because, again, this is greenhouse soil, it's not exactly what this plant wants anymore. Not in my house, at least. So what I've done is I've mixed this cactus mix, which is a really good mix, with just a tiny bit of the original soil that came with it. You don't get as much of a, I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, you kind of can. It's not as compact, which is what you need, but it does help with retention. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and give this pot a little squeeze. And I want to show you down in there. You see that? There's all that soil that none of these roots actually penetrated. Don't know why that happened. It was kind of weird. Literally the last 4 or 5 inches of soil just came out of there. Now, in this soil here, I don't like the health of it at all. It feels kind of wonky. It doesn't feel the way soil is supposed to feel when you're doing any of this sort of stuff. And I don't trust it. I have a feeling there might be some larvae or something in here, some kind of bugs. So I'm not using this soil at all. I'm going to actually pause the video for a minute, clean these roots off real good to make sure there's no pests that are going to move in with my new plant, and I'll be right back. All right. You can see I cleaned all this soil out of there. Now, I can already hear it. I can already hear the questions. If you go back about a minute from now, you'll see as soon as I removed it out of the pot, I instantly killed a bug. That's one of the reasons why I changed the soil. I've already mentioned I'm going to change the soil because it's not greenhouse soil, or it's not going to be in a greenhouse anymore. So, much safer, not worried about any bugs transferring back into my house through inappropriate soil. Now we're ready to break this bad boy. And as you can see, there's 3 distinctive plants going to come out on each side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go right in here, and we're just going to pull it apart. And it's going to go which way it's going to go. As you can tell, it's not going easy. Now, when you do this, you're going to have a few plants respond a little bit negatively at first. Don't freak out. Don't worry. It happens. The plant still has to adjust. Everything will be fine. Unfortunately, it didn't break where I wanted it to, so I wound up with 4 on one side, 2 on the other. So I'm going to see if I can't tickle this last one right here on the edge out with the rest of it. And there we go. All right. So I was able to get 3 and 3. I'm happy. I'm not going back into the pot I had it in for obvious reasons. So my wife, Hippie Chick, was kind enough to give me another pot. Again, just like last time, I'm going to put a little bit in the bottom. Gonna place my roots down in there. And I'm gonna cover the roots with soil. Give a pat. And I'll water it in. Alright everybody, hope you enjoyed. Any questions, feel free to throw them up there for me. Y'all have a wonderful day.